Hello, everybody, and welcome to Let's Play Sonic the Hedgehog. This is one of my all-time favorite games. This is the first game I really sank my teeth into as a kid. Kind of going to take a quick break from Shining Force and Final Fantasy VII. I do want to get back to those Let's Plays ASAP. Final Fantasy VII is going to start getting really good. My mostly initial equipment run is going to get much more difficult very soon. Shining Force, I'm like right at the doorstep of one of the hardest parts of that Iron Man one, so I will get back to those, but I wanted to take a quick second and really go back into my childhood. I'm not playing, the game's running on its own, but this was the first game I ever think really sat down and like tried to play, tried to beat, try to learn like the secrets and what's going on, like strategies for each level. There's a lot of games I played. I don't know what game I ever sat down and tried to play first. I know Sonic was one of them on my old Sega Genesis. I know Super Star Wars for the Super Nintendo was another one. I played an old Zelda and old Mario somewhere and all that, but I have the fondest and sharpest memories of Sonic when I was probably, 3, 4 years old, whatever I started. This was the first game I really sat down, and I feel like with a lot of the stuff going on in the world today, it's good to sit back and remember some of the really good old days, and this game always brings me back to my childhood. I love all the old Genesis Sonic, Sonic 1, 2, 3, Sonic & Knuckles. Sonic Mania is a fantastic Genesis-esque masterpiece. But let's go through and play Sonic 1 together and experience it just like when I was a kid. And let's go! Let's see. I'm playing this on my laptop. I'm so used to playing it either on my Sega Genesis, on my Sega Genesis Classic, or playing it on my Switch or my PS4. I'm not used to my my computer controller, so this is gonna be a. Oh, what did I do? I almost killed myself. No, not so early. I've got to show how good I am at this game. I'm not really that good. I love this game to pieces, but like as with most games in life, I'm not necessarily particularly good at this game. I just really like it. My favorite thing to try to do is try to get all the Chaos Emeralds. I will definitely make a strong attempt, but no promises. So, all right, first shot at a Chaos Emerald. We can do this, guys. I love Sonic. He is my favorite. The Sonic the Hedgehog series, particularly the classic Genesis Sonic games, as well as the Sonic Mania that was based off of the Genesis games. Wow, we did good, guys. Look at us, Sonic Masters over here. But Sonic, the old Sonic Genesis games are my favorite platformers. And there's some really good platformers. The old Nintendo and Super Nintendo Mario games are obviously masterpieces. The 3D Mario platformer games are amazing. Shovel Knight's a great platformer. There's a lot of awesome platformers out there, but Sonic to me, and part of it's probably nostalgia, but Sonic to me is my absolute favorite platformer. And it would take a platforming game of crazy oh, gotta go back. Gotta go fast. It would take a crazy good platforming game to ever be as good as like the Sonic series are for me. Nostalgia's a big part, but the Sonic games, especially the Genesis era, Sonic 1 through 4, as well as Sonic Mania, are just such fluid games. They play so well for the most part. They're fun to play. They're one of those games that, like, if you're a beginner, you can sit down and learn the ropes, and it's not going to, like, really be a detriment. But at the same time, like, it's real easy to pick up and learn, but it's real, like, it's also one of those things that's, like, really hard to master spots. Like, these Chaos Emeralds are really hard to get sometimes. Especially in the first... Well, actually, every Sonic game. I've only I've only probably gotten all the Chaos Emeralds in this Sonic game. I've probably only done it, maybe, oh, there we go, guys. I've probably only gotten all the Chaos Emeralds probably 10 or less times. Yeah, I'd say less than 10 times. I know, I can think off the top of my head at least 4 times that I've done it, like that I can actually count and name. And I probably haven't done much more than that. So it's very challenging, and I've played this game from beginning to end quite a few times. It's just so much fun to play. There's always the great Sonic debate as to which Sonic's the best, and I actually don't think the first Sonic is most people's favorite. I think it's either 2, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, or Sonic Mania, actually. I actually think Sonic Mania might be, as much as a nostalgia trip, Sonic 2 is for me. Shoot. I actually think, Sonic Mania might actually be my favorite Sonic game. It was just so well done. Very, very truthful. Very, very, like, true to the original Sonic feel. Trying to get this extra life up here, and I always suck at it. There we go. Alright, guys. Go, 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 go. Alright. This is also... well, I'm just gonna go up. This is also one of those games where, like, you can beat it really, like, if you're good enough, you can beat it in, like, you know, a half hour, or you can spend up to 2 hours if it takes you a while. I'm somewhere in the middle. It usually takes me about an hour to finish up Sonic. Good old Sonic. Sonic. Good old Sonic. 4, 5. Let's see if I can not get hit. I always take a stupid hit in this boss fight because I'm an idiot. I'm always like, oh no, I can hit him, and then he hits me. Hey, look at that! I didn't take a hit. I was like trying to hit him again on his way back. It's just God, these games are so much fun. I figured it's good to take a break. For everyone out there I know we're all kind of going through a hard time right now. All of us have different worries. I know a lot of us, mine included, income right now is a worry. Getting back into our jobs when those finally open up is a worry. And just getting sick in general. I know even... no one's completely safe from this. It's one of those things where you don't want to be in a mass panic, but you also need to take it very seriously. You know, like don't take chances, don't take risks. But I hope everybody that watches this video and all my good friends and family out there, I hope everyone's staying safe and doing well. If you're in quarantine right now, please take care of yourself. Do fun things, work on projects, work on hobbies. Make everything wonderful for yourself. Make it as good. Take the best care of yourself. If you're not, and you're out and about, and if you're still working and providing essential jobs, thank you very much for all your work. You guys are true heroes. Everybody who's stocking grocery stores and retail stores, and people who are working at hospitals, and you know, anyone who's still working the essentials, even people who are working at gas station stuff, you guys are heroes right now. You guys are putting yourself out there to make sure everybody is being taken care of, and everybody is can be the best that they can be. So thank you all for all your service. Don't ever let anyone like look down on you, or don't ever think that your work does not make the difference, because it does. So thank you all for that. And please take care of yourselves. That's why I'm going back and playing Sonic. It takes me back to I should add that. I can't speak. That's actually why I go back and play a lot of old games. I love going back and playing old classics that I used to love as a kid, like Sonic, because they bring me back to my childhood, and my childhood was wonderful. I played all sorts of, like, wonderful games, like Zelda. Final Fantasy was obviously my favorite series. I really hit that in, like, late elementary school through high school, and that video game series probably changed my life. But, like, Zelda, Sonic, all of these wonderful games and series, they take me back to a great place. Puts me at a peace of mind to go back and play these, so I'm glad I get to share it with everybody. Alright guys, let's see if we can get the... Oh god, we gotta get our second Chaos Emerald, guys. So What's... Oh my god, I'm so bad. Oh no! Can I do this, guys? Oh my goodness, I don't... What's so hard about these Chaos Emeralds is just how difficult they are to kind of, like, get into. Every Sonic game has difficult Chaos Emerald gatherings, for sure. Like, there's no easy... Unless you completely mastered the Sonic games, there's no easy way to get all the Chaos Emeralds. It's just... There's just not. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Heartache Central. That would have been, my friends. God, Chaos Emeralds are always so difficult. I think I cheated death, guys. Oh, man. I don't know how that happened. I feel like I should have touched that goal. I'm happy I didn't, but wow. Oh, I've never punished my friends. Okay. No. 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 Be a good hedgehog. Oh. 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 No. 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 Oh. Let's go. No! I'm so close, guys. I've got like 2 different areas I can go to hit this Chaos Emerald. Oh. Boom! Let's go, guys. We are doing good. God, we're doing good. We missed one, but we have a couple of opportunities to get it back. And we gotta continue. Not that I'll probably use it. Scrap Brain Zone's the only zone where I ever might need to use it. God, Sonic music is just a step. 16-bit Sonic music is just something godly in its own right. If there's anything holy in this world, it's Final Fantasy music, particularly 1 through 10 with Nobuo Uematsu composed Final Fantasy's music, and 16-bit Sonic music. If there's anything holy in this world, it's those 2 wonderful collections and displays of video game music. God, Final Fantasy 1 through 10, Nobuo Uematsu Final Fantasy music, and Sonic the Hedgehog 16-bit music. It's just music that's on a whole other level of appreciation. It's... I don't even know how to describe how good these tracks are. This is actually one of my lesser favorite tracks in the game, and even this one, like, makes me want to, like, bob my head. I know it's... Is this one of their favorite? I don't know. Everybody who comments in the comments, please tell me if you think this track's, the Marble Zone track is a fan favorite, 'cause I'm not sure. I always assumed it was. I always just assumed this was one of those tracks that a lot of fans appreciated. And it is a good track. There is no bad Sonic track for the first 4 Sonic games. Easy. I think my favorite, though, is... My favorite used to be Starlight Zone. When I was a wee lad, I always liked Starlight Zone, because it was always very peaceful and charming. But the more that I like... Oh, shoot. I can do this, guys. Haha, I did it. The more I think about it, the more I like Labyrinth Zone's music. It's like really like fun and jazzy, and it's really fun to listen to. And as I play Sonic, we all hate that water level, right? And in this Sonic is Labyrinth Zone, we all hate it. I actually, like, when I was a kid, that zone gave me literal nightmares. Like, okay, maybe I didn't actually have, like, nightmares going to bed for it, but, like, I dreaded, like, Green Hill Zone, Marble Zone, and then the 3rd zone were, like, all real easy for me, right? Like, I'm like, yeah, these are fun, these are great. You know, even as a kid, when I'm still learning games, I'm like, oh, these are fun zones. Marble Zone would sometimes be a little bit difficult, but not too crazy. And then I'd get to, like, Labyrinth Zone, and then all of a sudden, like, all my Sonic hopes and dreams are crushed, because I always struggled in the water level. But looking back on it, like, as a teen and an adult, Labyrinth... Oh, shoot, I should not have attempted that. It's actually one of my favorites. Oh my god, I'm taking risks I should not be taking. No, luckily I don't... I think we have plenty of time. I think there's a whole other small part of the stage before we get to the end, so... time. Oh yeah, we got a little bit more. I should be able to get this. You need 50 rings to have a shot at the Chaos Emerald at the end of all the levels except for the level where there's a Robotnik boss. Oh, I missed those points. That's okay. So... then we just do this. I always just kind of dip. I always just grab this and just kind of barrel my way through the lava. Oh no, no! I'm gonna be like 7 rings short. No, guys, no. Now I'm gonna have to really book it. Oh, guys, I'm less than 10 rings short. It's okay. We still have shots. We need 4 more Chaos Emeralds to get them all. I have 2 Spring Yard zones, 2 Labyrinth zones, 2... Okay, we've still got plenty of opportunities. Opportunities? That's a very weird way to say that word, and I'm very sorry. Also, while we're talking about Sonic, I feel like we have to discuss, okay, a non-spoiler discussion on the Sonic movie for those who have not seen it yet. I thoroughly enjoyed the Sonic movie. It's actually probably my movie. I don't watch a whole lot of movies anymore. I just don't. But I really like the Sonic movie. I was very, very skeptical before the redesign, and then after the redesign, I was really looking forward to it. And it actually is really good. There's 1 or 2 very minor cringy moments for a lot of people, but as a whole, it's very well done. I actually genuinely enjoy it. It's probably actually my favorite like live action video game based movie. Please watch it. I feel like they do Sonic's character pretty good, actually. That's how as a kid, I always would imagine Sonic being. The voice of Sonic did a very good job for the most part. And Jim Carrey's Robotnik was just spot on. I genuinely do not think anyone could have played Robotnik better than Jim Carrey. And the story's cute and quaint. It's a very fun story. Like, I wouldn't have wanted anything different out of a Sonic movie. Oh, shoot. Well, luckily we don't need rings at the end of this level because the third act is always like a boss level, so you don't have the Chaos Emerald opportunity at the end of that level. Which is a shame, but that's how it is. I've gotten all the Chaos Emeralds in this game a couple of times. And then... oh, shoot. I've never done it in Sonic 2. It's like my top 10 video game bucket list is to get all the Chaos Emeralds in Sonic 2. I have done it in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and I have done it in Sonic Mania. No! No! Ooh. Pulled out of that one, my friends. Usually I don't get hit on that one, but I pulled a silly and tried to jump short. And we set free all the animals. Do you imagine if we were like playing this game and like the good guy and bad guy roles were reversed? Like Robotnik's the good guy trying to save all the animals and give them like super powered like mecha suits, and we're just like, no, that's not natural. They gotta go fast. I actually did not know about this little stage up here that you can like wheel yourself into until maybe like 2 months ago. When I was trying to do a Sonic, I was trying to do like a really, really good Sonic run. Oh shoot, I'm going too fast. There's no such thing as too fast in Sonic. I actually didn't know about that little secret until later. Oh. Ow! What the heck, man? Rolling up on a ball is Sonic's thing, not your thing. Can't steal our thing, man. This is always, like, this soundtrack, the Spring Yard soundtrack, it's always the soundtrack that I'm like, oh yeah, I don't really care much for that one. And then when I'm playing it, I'm like... I always underestimate how much I like the soundtrack. Or this particular stage track. Okay, I need 6 more rings. And I'm not getting those ones. Oh, wait. That might be it right there. No, it's actually down here, guys. Boom! Then there's a little shortcut. I'm actually not going to take that, because I don't want to miss the ring, which I almost did anyway. Alright, guys, we got a chance for Emerald number 3. Let's do this. I believe in us. I believe in Sonic. Let's... Oh, these... I actually do really like these. I think Sonic took a lot of great twists and turns. I think a lot of Sonic's, like, mini-games to get the Chaos Emeralds, like, Sonic 2's is, like, the half-pipe, and then Sonic 3 and Knuckles is the blue and red orbs. Oh, shoot. I actually feel like those were all really well done, but, and a lot of people, like, look back on these missions and are like, oh, shoot. Oh, okay, cool, sweet. I did it, guys! And look back on these, like, first, like, Chaos Emerald missions and are like, oh, I don't like these as much as the others. And fair enough. I mean, I actually like this better than Sonic 2's. I think I like Sonic 2 as a game better than Sonic 1. Actually, I know I like Sonic 2 better than Sonic 1. But I actually like Sonic 1's Chaos Emeralds better than Sonic 2's half-pipe. The half-pipe is fun, don't get me wrong, but I am so terrible at the half-pipe. I feel like I'm actually much better at these. But then the Sonic 3 and Knuckles I think is better. I like the blue orbs. I think it's a fun gimmick. I actually think Sonic Mania's beats them all, to be honest. I really think Sonic Mania's catch the UFO Chaos Emerald missions are actually really, really enjoyable. This is one of the few games, and one day I would really, really like to play this again. I grew up with video games. I have a lot of friends that didn't get into games till later in their life. And to each their own. Everyone's had a different life in childhood. I was very blessed to play games when I was young. My dad was a big gamer. When he was a late teen, young adult, he would always go to arcades and play arcade games. So that's kind of in my blood. So my dad and I share a great relationship about video games. Like, we play a lot together. We do a lot of, like, co-op games together often. Which, when I was young, I always looked forward to, and I still do. I love playing games with my dad and having that to bond with him. But this is actually, Sonic is one of the few games where my mom and I actually used to play together, way when I was very young. My mom's not a big video gamer. She probably rarely plays. I think the last time... Oh, shoot. Oh, wow, that worked out great. Oh, no. I hate these things with a passion. I think... Oh, here we go. Chaos Emerald number... 4. Wait. 4. Yeah, this will be... Map 5, Emerald 4 for us. But no, my mom's not a big video gamer. It's just not her thing. My mom's a wonderful woman who raised me very well. Both my parents did a great job of raising me. They really took care of me and looked after me, and I have nothing but thanks and gratitude for them, for everything they've ever done and continue to do for me. But she just wasn't a gamer. It just wasn't in her attitude. She'd play a couple of old arcade games that she kind of liked, and then she would play some games. I vaguely remember her playing a couple of them, but not often. It just wasn't in her thing, which is fair. I mean, that'd be like expecting me to go out and start playing... what's something I really don't want to play? Like, what's something I really don't want to go out and do? That'd be like me going out. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something I really, really don't want to go do, and I'm having weird, like, I can't tell. I guess that'd be like me going out and like wanting to attend it. Oh, like it'd be me wanting to go out and attend like a country music concert. Nothing against country music. It's well-crafted music. It's just not my style of music to listen to. Not something I would typically take my spare time and money to go and play, or go listen to someone else play, basically. So that's kind of like my expectancy with my mom. I actually remember when I was young, I remember her and I used to play Sonic together. We'd sit down and just take turns and pass the controller. It was one of the few video games she actually picked up and tried to play. One day I'd like to do that again with her. It will probably never happen. I think the last game I saw her play was back when I took her, me and my sister, we all went to like an arcade bar together, and because that's where I wanted to go just to spend like some time with them with. And I think she started playing Centipede, which was a game that she actually really, really liked. She still likes to this day. She doesn't play a lot, but like if you ever ask her about games and stuff, she goes, "I really like Centipede." So that's probably the last time I've seen her play a game, and that's probably the last time she has played a game. But it's just not in her thing to do. But one day, if nothing else, I'd like to sit down and like play like another like round of Sonic. Like it's like that's probably another thing on my video game bucket list. Like, is one day I'd like to sit down and just play a quick round with my mom with Sonic and just pass the controller, maybe every other level or something like that, just for fun. Just for a little bit of that kid nostalgia. One day. Not... And if it doesn't happen, I'm not going to be, like, upset. I entirely understand. My mom's a good mom. She's just not into games. That's what I have my dad and my sister for. I bond with my mom over other things. Trying to bond with her more with baseball. She was a big baseball fan growing up, and I actually really enjoy playing baseball. I love playing baseball, but I suck at it. I love watching baseball and like observing it and taking in the sport. It's fun. Baseball's fun. I'm trying to get 100 rings, guys. There we go. That's all I wanted. Now I can lose that life on these weird poles. Oh, this is it. You can always tell it's it by this little, like, purple and blue pillar. Like, when you see it in the bottom right, you know that you can just drop. So. Alright, Eggman, let's go. Oh, yeah, you can do the jumps. Haha! I never knew you could, like, jump up, like, all the way up from the other side of the screen. Of course, my childlike mind rarely thought about momentum, which is actually a crucial thing in Sonic games. But it took me years to learn that you could like run from the other side of the stage, jump up, jump a little bit higher with your momentum to hit him when he's still like way up in the air. I listen to this song when I sleep sometimes. So it's a very, very relaxing song. Okay, let's go. I used to hate this song because as a kid, this level was the bane of my existence. I was so bad at managing my my water, my need for air, kind of like in real life. But oh shoot, I was so bad at managing like my need for air in this game. But looking back on it, this is actually one of the more intuitive Sonic levels. Like, when you think about like Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 and Knuckles did a great job of like expanding levels. Like Sonic 2 had like the airplane level where Tails would fly the airplane and you'd like attack enemies and stuff. But and then like Sonic 3 and Knuckles had the had like the pyramid level where you had to like keep the lights on, keep the ghosts from attacking you. And those were like really fun, intuitive levels. Like those levels were very well crafted and very influential. And we see that in Sonic Mania when they made levels similar to that. But And Sonic as a game as a whole was very intuitive, because in 1990, it was either 90 or 91, I'm pretty sure it was 91, but it may have been 1990 when this game came out. But the idea of like we've seen platformers like Mario, where you're like platform to platform, and Sega had a game called Alex Kidd, which was very similar to Mario in that regard. And we've seen those kind of platforms like all the time. But then when Sonic 1 came out, it was like for the Sega Genesis, we saw like a momentum-based platformer where your speed and your momentum that you carried could like really propel you through different levels. It was really fun. It was a really intuitive idea, but this one's like, most of the other levels in Sonic 1 are the same, right? Like, don't get hit by enemies, don't fall off ledges, don't fall into the lava. Like, a lot of other Sonic levels are the same, but this one's actually very unique. Like, you have to, like, monitor your airtime. Oh, shoot. Guys, I think I just screwed myself out of the Chaos Emerald. We'll see that. But yeah, you had to really monitor, like, your airtime in this game. Which was very, like, intuitive, considering that there was no other level like this in Sonic, in the first Sonic game. And then Sonic 2 added some extra stuff too. So for as intuitive as the game was as a whole, this level just brought that creativity to a whole other level, which is something I greatly appreciate about Sonic. Those timers, man. I'll tell you what I need to start doing. I need to start putting those like you're about to drown Sonic timers on my alarm when I try to wake up. I bet you that would wake me up in the mornings much quicker than my regular alarm does. I love to sleep. If there's anything I love in life other than video games, it's pizza and sleep. So even my regular alarm that just literally just blares at me at night. I hate it. I hate it. But sometimes it won't wake me up. Like, it'll wake me up, but it won't make me woke. But if I bet you if I put the Sonic Drowning theme in there, I would be. There is a remix track. I don't know who did it, but please, if you get a chance, look up on YouTube. It's like where they remixed a lot of old classic Sonic tracks for Sonic Mania. Like, they remixed Green Hill Zone, they remixed Chemical Plant Zone. They remixed a lot of them for Sonic Mania. But, someone has done remixes of some other... It's not Sega. I don't know who did it. But someone did some Sonic remixes, like Sonic Mania-esque remixes of Sonic songs for stages that weren't in Sonic Mania, like this one. And the remix, oh my god, is beautiful. His Labyrinth Zone remix is a thing of art. I don't know who did it. Or it's a her. It's he or her. Whoever they are, your Sonic Mania-esque Labyrinth Zone remix, both of them are just, oh, beautiful. The second stage remix of Labyrinth Zone, like, it starts out with like a little whistle. It sounds like an old, like, Western whistle. I would replicate it, but I cannot whistle, my friends. I am whistleless. Whistleless. That's a fun word. Whistleless. I'm whistleless. Whistleless. It's like Legolas's, like, more musically inclined brother. I'm whistleless. Or maybe less musically inclined, depending on how you look at it. But there's like a little whistle at the start, and it's so pretty. It's like, wow. It reminds me of Wild Arms, which is an RPG for the PlayStation 1 that I desperately want to stream one day. I gotta get a really good PS1 emulator, though, to do that. Because it's not available on the PS4. I mean, I could probably stream it on my I could probably stream it on my PlayStation 3. I have it as a PSN download there. Dude, I have Wild Arms for, like, so many different systems. It's not even funny. It's one of my favorite video games of all time, let alone RPGs. Guys, baboosh! Baboosh! I have 13 lives and at least one continue, probably 2 or 3. Dude, when I was a kid playing Sonic, if I would have gotten 13 lives at any given time in Sonic 1, oh, I would have been ecstatic, because I was usually very bad at this game. Chaos Emerald time! We're gonna get them all, guys. We're only 2 away, and I've got 2 more Starlight Zone acts to try to get 50 rings for. Which is possible. I'm not counting on Scrap Brain, because I suck at Scrap Brain, and there's only one opportunity to really get it, and it's like the hardest level in the game. So we're not even gonna try. Oh, let's not jump. Oh no. Don't do it. No! Guys! Alright guys, we're gonna have to book it. Starlight Zone's gonna have to be our zone. We're gonna have to just breeze through it and get as many rings as possible. I always try to combo those guys, and I always suck at trying to set up that combo. Ooh, nice. I used to be so bad at that. And there's a trick to that. If you've never played Sonic 1, or if you have played it and remember, like, sliding down this waterfall up here, do not press, like, over, like this, when you jump. I used to do that as a kid all the time. And for some reason, the momentum, he won't jump. Like, it doesn't, like, you would think that pressing that left directional pad would, like, throw his momentum over, and it doesn't. He just kind of, like, makes little tiny hedgehog jumps. But, if you, just jump, like, don't hit the directional pad, just hit the jump button. And you will be able to master that spot. Oh, shoot. Well, I lost my shield. That's okay. We don't need rings for this one anyway. I mean, we do, but, like, there's no Chaos Emerald to be found in this level. So, which is why we gotta book it, my friends. Or not book it, but we gotta be on our A game. We gotta be on our Sonic S tier game, my friends. One of these days, I'm gonna get my sister on here, and I'm gonna coach her through all the old Sonic games, because she's my sister. Her YouTube name is Hiragi Dion. We're playing Undertale together right now. Well, we are, but we're also kind of like waiting for this whole COVID thing to die down before we get back together again. To do it. But we're playing Undertale right now. Her channel's Hiragi Dion. It's linked on the Undertale page. She's doing a couple different games. She's doing like Resident Evil. She's doing a Resident Evil 4 playthrough right now, and she's really good at it. So please give her a like, give her a watch. But one day I want to coach her through the old Sonic Genesis games, because I know them all very well, especially Sonic 1 and 2. I know them very well, and she probably hasn't really played them much, which is not a detriment by any means. She's played a lot of really awesome games that I have yet to take a crack at. But I'd love to like do a co-op with her and coach her through these old Sonic games, because I'm very capable of coaching. And it would be fun for us to banter. God, I love this music so much. It is just the greatest. Well, I can... There we go. I was gonna say, I can jump. It's just a matter of if Sonic wants to or not. Sonic does what Sonic wants, man. Sonic don't give two notions about whether you want to jump or not. He will jump if he wants to jump, because he's a hedgehog, and dang it, he's gonna do hedgehog things. So my fiance is... My fiance is a pet lover. I love pets, but I don't like to own pets, because I don't like to clean pet poop, and I don't like to clean pets like sickness. And I know that if you don't want to sit down and actually take care of your pet, you shouldn't have it. Is my personal opinion. Like, if you're just gonna like not take care of your pet, not clean after them, not give them the emotional attention they deserve, you should not be having pets. That is my personal opinion, and that won't waver. But my fiance, she's a pet lover, and she's grown up with pets her whole life, and she's always trying to talk me into like us getting a pet at some point, which we will. But I'm trying to convince her to like let me get a hedgehog and name it Sonic. Like, it's just like one of my dreams. Like, I'm like, if I am to have a pet, I want a hedgehog named Sonic. And I think she's on board with it. But I think there's also a part of her that's like, Nick, that's so unoriginal. But I'm like, but it would have sentimental value to me. I'm all about the sentiments, guys. I really am. I have, like... my close friends and family call me a hoarder, because I hoard a bunch of stuff. And I do. It's a habit that's not necessarily the greatest, but it's because everything has sentimental value. Like, I look at things and I think of memories. Like, I think of, like, I still have all my old Sega Genesis cartridges from... My Sega Genesis was, like, the first system I actually sat down and played games on, and then, like, my PlayStation 1 and N64 were, like, my next two big systems. So I still have, like, Sega Genesis, all my old Sega Genesis cartridges of all my favorite Sega Genesis games as a kid, like, Phantasy Star 2 and 4, Sonic 1, my Sonic 1, 2, and Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine Collection, Shining Force. I still have all those old Sega cartridges. And I even have my old Sega Nomad. It was like a portable Sega Genesis that played cartridge games. I have all those. I still have all my cartridges because that's part of who I am. And like I look at those cartridges, I'm like, wow, I used to play as a kid. And probably what were at the time the best days of my life. So that's why I'm a hoarder, and that's why I have most of my old video games. I still have my old Sega Genesis cartridges. I still have my own PlayStation 1 discs and my old PlayStation 1 memory cards. The only thing I don't have from my childhood, from my childhood gaming, that I really wish I would have been able to keep were my old N64 cartridges. I had a gold edition, a gold cartridge of Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, which growing up was my absolute favorite game of all time. And right now, my favorite game of all time, it's like Ocarina of Time and Final Fantasy VII are my two absolute, unquestioned, unrivaled favorite games of all time. And I love both games, and you will hear me on this channel like swap. Like I'll be like, yeah, Final Fantasy VII is my favorite game of all time. No questions, hands down. And I mean that when I say that. But then you'll probably also hear me say that about Ocarina of Time, and I mean it there too. I love both games with passion. I played Ocarina of Time. I will always remember it was my first grade Christmas. I was 7 years old. 7 years old. First grade Christmas. I got a Nintendo 64 and a gold cartridge edition of Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. And I just remember that was like to this day, that was like my favorite Christmas. And then I remember first playing Final Fantasy VII as I was in 5th grade, just about to hit middle school, and my dad and I started a file on it. Oh, guys, we're not going to get the Chaos Emeralds. I was too busy yapping and forgot to make sure I got 50 rings. I mean, you have to get 50 on Scrap Brain Zone, which is a nightmare. Oh, boy. That's okay, guys. We had fun. And one day I'll stream a 6 Emerald run on Sonic. It's hard to do. It's not impossible. I've done it a few times. It's very fun. But yeah, Ocarina of Time and FF7 are both, like, those are my two favorite games. If I had to list them, I'd probably say, like, 7 by a very slim margin. But then again, like, most of the time when I talk to people, I probably tell them, yeah, Final Fantasy 7 is my favorite game of all time. And it probably is. But then whenever I go back to play Ocarina of Time, I just get lost in that game. Like, I'll just sit there and just... My mind will be in N64 polygon balloon inflated looking graphics Hyrule. And I love every second of it. But then again, when I play Final Fantasy 7, I do the same thing. Like, I get really... I know that story backwards and forwards. I could probably read the dialogue half blind. I could probably take a guess at the dialogue, what's going on in every scene, what people are saying, without actually looking at the dialogue boxes. But, ooh, that could have been bad. So, if I had to pick, it'd probably be 7, and then, like, Ocarina of Time, but they're both, like, really close. It's, like, they're both, like, my two favorite games of all time, and, like, I played more Ocarina when I was a kid, and I played more, like, 7 when I was in, like, Ocarina of Time was, like, the game when I was a kid growing up, like, when I was in, like, elementary school. in early middle school where I was like, God, you know, it takes me every time. It takes me back. And then 7's like the game that like in my late middle school, early high school, I remember like really got me through the hard times. I had some rough emotional times in high school and even in college, and 7 got me through a lot of that. So they both have like really strong, have a really strong importance to me as an individual. So, but if, wow, I went on a tangent. That's what I do, guys. I'm sorry. I go on these long tangents because I want to say everything on my mind. And my poor fiance, she probably, like, oh, I probably drive her up a wall. She's way too good to me. I have no idea how I'm so fortunate to have found a woman that not only puts up with my, like, tangents and my, like, mind being all over the place, but she appreciates it. Like, she not only puts up with it, but she's like, you know, if you didn't do that, you wouldn't be you anymore, and hey, I'm with you for you, and there's no greater feeling. I'm very, very, very lucky. But anyway, going back to what started this conversation was I have all my Sega Genesis cartridges, including my Sonic 1 cartridge and my Sonic 1, 2, and Robotnik's Media Machine cartridge, which is probably what I played the most of Sonic. But I have all my Sega Genesis cartridges. I have all my PlayStation 1 discs, like Wild Arms. I do not have Final Fantasy VII. I unfortunately lost my old copy, but I do have a very, very, like, almost mint condition copy of 7 that I bought. But I have my Wild Arms copy, Legend of Dragoon, my old PS1 memory card that my dad gifted to me when I was, like, in elementary school still. But I do not have any of my old N64 cartridges. I do have a Gold Edition Zelda cartridge again. I do. I have a Gold Edition Zelda cartridge and a Japanese Zelda cartridge of Zelda Ocarina of Time for the N64. But when I was younger, my dad is a wonderful, wonderful man. And I remember our Nintendo 64 broke really early on us. And my cousin bought himself an N64 not long after ours broke. And because ours was broke, Dad did not see the need for all of our cartridges. He doesn't have the same, like, nostalgic factor that I do, and he gifted them all to my cousin, you know, to try to help him out and, you know, be a good person. But it's just, like, my nostalgia was like, no, Ocarina of Time's, like, my childhood game, don't. But it's all okay. I do have a gold copy of that cartridge now. I found one, when I was in either, like, I think I was, like, in high school, maybe, or really early college. I found one in a secondhand game store. So I do have a gold cartridge of Ocarina of Time. And then on one of my trips to Japan, I bought a Japanese cartridge with its original box. So all is not terrible, my friends. But you know, that's just me. I have great nostalgia for all my old favorite games, and all my Sega Genesis cartridges that let me start appreciating gaming for what it was are still with me today. Good times. Alright guys, this is Scrap Brain Zone. This is the absolute most terrible zone in the game. I hate this zone. There's so many ways to die, and not enough ways to not die. It's just such a difficult... Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, yep. No! That's okay. We can do this, guys. Scrap Brain is hard. It's even to this day, as a kid, this zone would often give me many game overs. But even as an adult, this zone makes me want to, like, I don't know, wear my pants on my head and run around like an idiot. I don't know how that's different than my day-to-day life to begin with, but you know. Oh. Did I get out? Okay. Usually, I don't... Oh no, my least favorite part is Scrap Brain. Okay, here we go. If you drop here, you're probably dead. there's a fire. There we go. Okay, this is when you know you've made it to safety. These weird-looking mechanical bridges that I'm standing on, and these... I always used to call them gummy bears as a kid. I actually forget what they're called. No! I was trying, guys. I was trying. I was still going for that last Chaos Emerald, but that's... Oh, we wouldn't have gotten it anyway. There's just not enough rings back here. We wouldn't have gotten it anyway, guys. It's okay. I was going for it, though. I was really banking for it. Alright. Yeah, Scrap Brain's hard. If you've never played Sonic, or if you haven't played it in a long time, please pick it up again. I'd say the best way to probably play the old Sonic is probably the Switch's Sega Ages version. It's a great version. You can also buy the Ultimate Genesis collection pack for the Switch or the PlayStation 4. Both of which are great ways to play the old Sonic. Steve's version's not bad either. That's what I'm playing on right now, and it's not bad at all. So... But I think the Sega Ages Switch version is my favorite. It just seems so smooth. Not hard to play. And then another thing I like about it is when it starts the Sega Ages, like before the game actually starts, like the pre-menu shows characters from other Sega games. Like it has a bunch of Phantasy Star heroines like Ney, Rika, Mew, and then even Nea first in some rare cases. And then it also has Teo from Shining Force, which is my Shining Force waifu. So, I just love the little intro so much. It's just a flashback to my childhood. Alright, guys. We're getting close to the end. Guys, we've almost done it. Guys, we've almost done it. We didn't get all the Chaos Emeralds, but... We didn't get all the Chaos Emeralds, guys, and it kind of bummed me out a little bit. But one day I will do a Chaos Emerald run on Sonic, just for kicks and giggles. Oh, goodness. Whew! These are tough. Tough but fun. Fun but tough. They're fuff. That's a terrible, almost terrible word I almost just uttered. They're ton. Tough but fun. They're ton. That's a little more family friendly. I don't go out of my way to stop myself from swearing most of the time. I don't really swear a lot, usually only when a video game makes me very angry. That's usually the only time I swear a lot. I'm trying to be relatively, swear-free on my channel. I can't make no promises. I will, whatever the dialogue says, I'm just gonna, like, if there's a game that has cursing as dialogue, I'm gonna swear there. Obviously. And then, like, I won't stop myself from swearing, but at the same time, like, I'm gonna try not to, just because I know I want this to be a channel that everybody can enjoy. I can't, again, I'm not gonna promise I won't swear, but at the same time, I don't go out of my way to swear, just so that everybody can enjoy my channel who wants to. And I know, like, there's very good people in my life that just don't care for swearing, and like, I want those people to be able to appreciate my channel, as much as they can, but I'm also not going to sit here and be like, I'm never going to swear, and, I'm not going to do that either. So I'll do my best to try to keep it as family-friendly as possible. I always like jumping that. You see, you're supposed to, like... You're not supposed to do what I just did. On that big ramp that went down, you're supposed to, like, just, like, follow it down to the end. But this is actually almost like a shortcut. Albeit, I think parts of it are kind of harder because you're still in a lot of water and you have to kind of maneuver through some tight spaces. But it is a bit of a shortcut if you can get through it. So, it's kind of like that. Oh, jeez. A little bit of that risk-reward. And we just took the risk. So let's see if we get to the reward. I like rewards. Rewards are very, very fun. Oh boy, I hate how they always put these spike dudes, like, right by the air bubbles. I know why they do it, because it's not easy to dodge. But it doesn't make it any less annoying. It does not. There we go. Oh no! Well, I'm gonna have to grab this ring back for safety. Gotta always have protection, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Alright guys, we can do this. This is not that hard. Okay. Do it. Do your wolf. That's what it sounds like, isn't it? Wolf. Sounds like a wolf, like, spitting its hairball at you. Furball, hairball, whatever. It's spitting something at you. Alright, guys. Whoop. Oh my jeez. Have I lost a life yet, guys? I don't think I have. Guys, I don't think I've lost a life yet. I've been relatively good. I say that, and I'm probably going to lose a life here, but I spoke way too soon. We haven't lost a life yet, guys. We've done really well. It's hard not to lose lives in Scrap Brain. It's hard not to lose lives in a couple different levels. Oh, shoot. We just lost one here, guys. I promise we did. Look at that, guys. Our air bubble came in at the right possible second. Dude, if I can get through this with absolutely losing no lives, usually I lose at least one or two. Yeah, usually I lose at least one or two lives. So, I don't think I've lost a single one. Just about lost one there, though. Guys, if I get through this without losing any lives, oh, I will be ecstatic. Of course, this is one of the harder ones to do that with. There's 2 hits. Come on, guys, we can do this. No lives lost. Sonic did not lose his life today. Let's do this, guys. We gotta protect our hedgehog buddy. Our happy hedgehog. I would assume Sonic's happy. I mean, I would be. If I were a hedgehog that could run faster than everything else. I always remember there was an old Sonic commercial back when I was really young. I had to have been in elementary school. Maybe young, maybe even... Woo, maybe even younger. And, there was an old, like, commercial, like, promoting something Sonic. And there was, like, a little girl, and she was, like talking to her pet hedgehog, and she's like, "Why aren't you fast?" or "Go faster," or something. It was just making fun of the fact that hedgehogs are typically slow. But yet Sonic was, like, fast. Guys! We didn't lose a life! Guys, I think we had a perfect run! Take that, Eggman. Take that. Get out of here. Gate. Guys, I think we did perfect. This always brings a smile to my childhood. Oh, I paused it. I paused it again. You're not gonna see the ending. Just kidding, you will. I'm trying to think. I don't think I lost a life, guys. I don't think I did. Guys, that was life-wise, that was a perfect run. If I did lose a life and I'm really just, like, forgetting about it, please let me know. Please let me know in the comments, but, I think we did good. I think that was, other than the one Chaos Emerald we missed. We did miss that one Chaos Emerald. Which kind of bums me out, because we were only one away, and it was an easy stage. It was... And I had it, too. It was that Chapter 6 stage. The 6th Emerald stage. And I had it, too. I probably 2 or 3 more hits than some of those little diamonds around it. I probably would have been able to get it. But other than that, like 5 emeralds and no lives lost, that's not bad at all. Usually I die at least once somewhere. Like, usually I fall into a pit or get squashed by something, or I fall off the stage in Scrap Brain at least once, or I drown in Scrap Brain at least once. At least once, guys. Once. No, I think I did good. We did good. Look at that. Sonic's a very happy hedgehog. He never died. Oh, guys. This is one of my favorite games. And one of my favorite games, and easily one of my favorite video game series. I don't like most of the 3D Sonics. I just have a hard time getting into them. But even if I only count the 4 big Genesis Sonics and the Sonic Mania, like, Sonic is still easily a top 10 favorite series for me. Easy. Easy. Probably top 5. I don't know. Top 5 is like Final Fantasy, Zelda, probably Phantasy Star, Sonic. I'd have to really dig into that line a little bit. Look at that Eggman. He stole our 1 emerald, guys. Well, he's only got 1. We got 5. But, wow. Guys, we did good. God, I'm proud of us. We did so good. But, that's Sonic 1. At some point, I would like to go back. There are 3 things I would like to do with the Sonic franchise on this channel. I'd like to go back and do a Chaos Emerald. Oh, they're mocking me now. This is the 3rd one, but it looks very similar to the 6th one. Oh, yeah, they're mocking me. Like, hi, you failed. Anyways, what I'd like to do is, I'd like to play this one again. I'd like to play Sonic 1 again and do a full, like, Chaos Emerald run. I was so close that time. I can do it. I've done it multiple times. I would like to do Sonic 2, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and Sonic Mania on this channel at some point, because I just love all of those Sonic games, and they're fun games to sit down and play. And Sonic 3 and Knuckles and Sonic Mania are great at telling a story without words. Like, Sonic 1 and 2, you just kind of run through, like, it's like the old Mario Bros. It's a fairly simple story. Like, old Mario Bros, the princess is captured, go save her while you rescue the Mushroom Kingdom going from world to world. Sonic is like, go free all the animals and animal friends from Dr. Robotnik and keep him from, like, taking over the world. Like, they're fairly simple, but, like, Sonic 3 and Knuckles and Sonic Mania, there's, like, a small story behind it all, and it's wonderful at telling a story without words. So I would like to go through Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and Sonic Mania all on this channel. I would also like to do a full Sonic 1 Chaos Emerald run. And then I would like to get with my sister, Hiragi Dion, and, like, coach her through some of the Sonics, since she hasn't played them as much as I have. I think it would be fun for, like, me to help her, like help her through some of the harder parts of Sonic, like, and us banter, and I love playing games with my sister, so it's always fun for us to talk to each other while we do it. But, yep, this was a game from my childhood. This was probably my first game ever. Again, if it wasn't my first game ever, it was very close. But this was probably my first game I ever played. And this was definitely the first game that I sat down and, like, learned the game. Like, I played other games. Like, I played Super Star Wars for the Super Nintendo. I remember playing a game called Rolling Thunder. I think it was a Nintendo game. It was like a side-scroller shooter. I definitely played some old Mario Brothers games. I think I played maybe even an old Zelda game. But, like, Sonic 1 was, like, the first game I remember sitting down and, like, really sinking my teeth into, like, learning the levels, like, what order the levels were in, like, remembering exactly what the bosses did, playing it over and over and over and over again, trying to beat it and trying to get through it. I always consider it my first, whether it was the actual first game I sat down and put my grubby little hands on a controller for, that's up for debate. But it was my first game I sat down and really tried to learn. So for all intents and purposes, it was my first game I ever played. And I'm glad that my video game life as a person started on Sonic. There is no better game to get you into the world of video games. So thank you all so much for joining me. I think I'm going to go back to my Shining Force Iron Man run next. I've taken a decent break from it now. I'm dreading it because I know the next map's gonna be brutal, but we'll get back to it. That's probably the next one I'll go back to, and then I'll get back to my Final Fantasy VII mostly initial equipment run as well. It's gonna be a little slow at first, just because it takes time to get to the difficulty. But once it gets difficult, it's going to get really, really enjoyable. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Please stay safe. I know it's crazy out there. The world is a mess right now, but take care of yourselves. Take care of your loved ones. Please be good to yourselves. Play lots of games. Please join me as I play lots of games. Thank you very much. Goodbye.